자, 아침밥 먹기 전인데 크레이지 리딩 책 한 권에 한 문장씩만 읽는 걸 좀 해서 소화를 완전히 시키는 독서를 좀 서서 읽습니다. The End of Competitive Advantage. How to keep your strategy moving as fast as your business. Companies such as Google and historically 3M operationalize this theory by giving employees time at work to do whatever they want without restriction or guidance. Secrets of happy people. Not only that, but you can revisit it as often as you like and even revise it and improve it as you go along. With careful planning, you can give yourself the best possible chance of always having something to look forward to, and you can give yourself a challenge to try to ensure that each day contains more and better happy moments than the last. In this way, you can end each day happier than you began it and begin each day happier than you began the last. Magnificent mind at any age. Treat anxiety, depression, memory problems, ADD, and insomnia. Natural ways to unleash your brain's maximum potential. They often get easily upset when things do not go their way, so on the surface they appear selfish. Sometimes they are viewed by their spouses or employees as controlling because things have to be their way. John C. Maxwell, Intentional Living, Choosing a Life That Matters. My dream allows me to give up at any moment all that I am in order to receive all that I can become. Sense the invisible so I can do the impossible. Trust God's resources since the dream is bigger than all my abilities and acquaintances. Continue when discouraged, for where there is no faith in the future, there is no power in the present. Attract winners because big dreams draw big people. See myself and my people in the future. Our dream is the promise of what we shall one day will be. One day be. Yes, I have a dream. It is greater than any of my gifts. It is as large as the world, but it begins with one. Won't you join me? Creativity. Rules are there to be challenged. Even if you save just one project from heading up into nowhere land, you'd be demonstrating desired and measurable gains from your creative efforts. Applied artificial intelligence, a handbook for business leaders. If undetected, corrupt data may not manifest in your prediction until later, which is why it is important to carefully track your data, changes in data pipeline, data structure, or external condition all need to be addressed, or they may affect the accuracy of your model. Coach yourself to the win. 7 steps to breakthrough performance on the job and in your life. Remember, apart from some professionals for food services you may be paying, your supporters are doing this out of a desire to see you succeed. Keep them in the loop It's a courtesy that they deserve. No excuse. The power of self-discipline. 21 ways to achieve lasting happiness and success. Leaders rise to the top. Leaders rise to the top of an organization as cream rises in milk. When you accept the complete responsibility for getting results, concentrate single-mindedly on completing your most important task. Continually upgrade your knowledge and skills as well as your ability to contribute value to your company and treat other people with kindness and consideration. You will emerge as a natural leader. Upstream, the quest to solve problems before they happen. Another pair of students were matched with a man who had uncontrolled diabetes. That means his blood sugar levels were unhealthy, something which can usually be avoided with regular monitoring, the right food, and the appropriate dosage of insulin. The mood cure experienced the power of nutritional therapy. The four-step program to take charge of emotion today. Lay the fillets out flat, salt and pepper to taste. 30 lessons for loving. Advice from the wisest Americans on love, relationship, and marriage. Tip 4. Give it a rest. Looking back over long experience, the experts have learned an invaluable secret to married life. It may seem unrealistic. It may even seem like magical thinking. But they recommend one particular strategy for some stressful situation. Wait, looking back over the marital journey, it is astonishing how many things just got better over time. The seemingly unbearable stress of your teenagers, nastiness, the difficulty staying engaged in home life when work is difficult, the anxiety of limited financial resources. If a decision is not absolutely urgent, the experts say you may simply want to let the problem rest for a while and revisit it later. Age wave, how the most important trend of our time will change your future. One night several years earlier, while turning his radio dial, he had happened upon a talk show that consisted of nothing but interviews with eligible older bachelors. For about 20 or 30 minutes, an older man would talk about himself, his situation, and his interest. Then the telephone lines would open up and women would call in and ask questions. When an interview ended, the radio station would announce a special mailbox number through which women could get in touch with the gentleman who had been interviewed. The end of man and the rise of the women. They seemed to assume that if they worked hard, the proper reward would come their way. Foster Children's Encyclopedia, Desert Regions. Deserts are Earth's driest places with hardly any rainfall. Many of them are boiling hot, but deserts can also be very cold places such as Antarctica. Across the Truman, a North Korean Gochebi boy's quest. Soon enough, the would-be escapee was caught. The art of asking. Ask better questions, get better the answers. A senior vice president, divisional general manager in a large multicultural company, when asked by the CEO to explain a hard-to-believe financial turnaround by one of the biggest business unit, also responded with anger. Working backwards, insight stories and the secret from inside Amazon. Amazon Prime is a great example of the tremendous value you can unlock by ruthlessly applying the principles of customer obsession and long-term thinking to a problem. In this case, increasing revenue growth. To do so, we had to accept the fact that the current logistics infrastructure we had painstakingly built over the years, though doing reasonably well at the time, wouldn't cut it in the long run. We had to change the expected payback period of our decision from the next quarter or 2 to 5 or even 7 years ahead, given that focus on the customer experience and our willingness to think long term. Doing Amazon Prime made perfect sense. We were able to give customers what they had long wanted while generating free cash flow for Amazon that was dramatically higher than if we had tried to squeeze as much as possible from the status quo. Getting more. How to negotiate to achieve your goals in the real world. The 12 invisible strategies that change everything you thought you knew about the negotiating. For people who work for credit card companies and their bill collection agencies, here is some advice. If you treat consumers fairly and don't put unreasonable people on the phone, you won't get as many complaints. More people will pay on time, and maybe even Congress will put less pressure on you. The tools of getting more will work for you too. Work. A deep history from the Stone Age to the age of robots. This prosperity convinced John Kenneth Galbraith, the Canadian-born professor of economics at Harvard, that advanced economies like the United States were already sufficiently productive to meet the basic material needs of all their citizens, and hence that the economic problem as defined by John Maynard Keynes had more or less been solved. He expressed this sentiment in his most famous book, The Affluent Society, which was published to great acclaim in 1958. The leader praise book, 3,000 plus powerful phrases that put you in command. Silence is golden. You do not always have to do all the talking. Sometimes a period of silence or even a break in negotiation can do more in less time than trying to ramrod a solution down the other side's throat. Silence also creates a space for discomfort and awkwardness, which unsettle your opponent and may make them more willing to concede. Silence is golden. Ramrod, R-A-M-R-O-D. Unsettle, ramrod. 자, 이렇게 책을 소리내서 읽으면 또 저는 앉을 공간, 책상도 없으니까 이렇게 서서 읽으면 제가 맥시멈 보통 이렇게 해보니까 수십 년을 이렇게 책을 읽어보니까 한 2시간은 어텐션이 이런 식으로 읽으면 이만한 책을 이렇게 읽을 수가 있고, 특히 밥 먹기 전에, 그 다음에 정신이 말짱할 때, 저는 이제 새벽행이기 때문에 I'm an early bird. 일찍 일어나서 유튜브 맥시멈 다 올려놓고 이렇게 책을 읽고, 책을 읽지 않으면 특히 소리 내서, 외국어의 경우에는 소리를 내서 읽어야지, 눈으로 불가피하게 뭐 전철이나 이런 데서는 눈으로 읽을 수밖에 없는데, 되도록이면 소리를 내서 읽는 것이 어휘를 증폭시킬 수 있고, 그 다음에 이 영어의 플로우, 일본어의 이 감각, 이거를 자연스럽게 체득하는, 우리가 그 말을, 영어를 말하는 환경이 아니기 때문에 많이 듣고, 더 중요한 것은 많이 읽어서 어마어마한 그 어휘, 그 다음에 영어의 흐름을 파악을 하는 거죠. 그 다음에 이런 다양한 거를 한 문장 읽는 걸 우습게 봐서는 안 되는 게, 이렇게 이 다양한 책을 이렇게 읽는다는 거는, 어제도 우리 NGO 모임에서 제가 이 독서의 중요성 장수하는데 한 조건이 독서입니다. 독서. 운동 뭐 먹는 것만 얘기하는데 중대한 것이 빠져 있어요. 거기에 독서. 특히 이렇게 외국 책을 읽는다는 건 두뇌에 대단히 활성이 되는 것 같습니다. 자, 오늘도 교육할 준비를 해야 됩니다.